Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
What is up, Ultimate Autographs, Break Room, and community? It is Big Daddy Al here, your host, aka Alex. That's what they're calling me at home. Welcome. Good morning. Good morrow. I'm excited to be here. It is, of course, NFL Game Day. I'm alongside my buddy, Rob. How are you, Rob?
Top of the morning to you, Lati. I'm not going to address you as the name that you introduced yourself as. I'll leave that for the people at home. So unless you change it to the name above your head over there, then maybe I can be persuaded into it. But you know, this is a family-friendly morning show that we have here, and we hop on for the first show of the day, and we're already well into the first game and a kickoff. Very rare situation on a Sunday morning, but no better way than I could think of it than spending it with you, my man.
Of course.
Getting ready to get into some of these breaks. So let's get into it. How was your Saturday night?
Awesome, man. I was just sharing with you off air. My daughter had drum lessons yesterday. That was definitely the highlight of the show, or highlight of my weekend so far. Got to hang out with the fam. Watched a little bit of college football, but not too much. However, just on my ride in this morning, man, listening to ESPN, it was a wild day. Yeah. Alabama, of course, coming up with the late night win over Georgia last night. That really stirs things up in college football, I think. So across the board, one of the most, I think, significant points I heard on the radio this morning, and I have to agree, that Alabama, Georgia, some of those big name schools cannot be so deep depth-wise anymore, right, at each position. Because some of those depth pieces are now getting paid to play elsewhere, right? So across the board in the NCAA, you kind of have this level playing field, which is really cool to see. And, you know, with another point they made that I'll reiterate, the old 12-1 record is just as good as the new 9-3, right? So it's kind of how you have to look at college football these days.
Well, the transfer portal has kind of done a huge number to that, right? Like you said, you know, NIL deals are, you know, flying on over the table, on top of the table, under the table still.
Yep.
You know, so that really changes the landscape of a whole lot of things when it comes to that. But even when we talk about two of the biggest programs in college football, obviously the SEC being the predominant power conference traditionally in college football. You get a huge win like Alabama does on the road in Georgia. Not too often do you really see Georgia, you know, losing at home very often in recent years. So big win yesterday, and a huge local win for another ranked team as an upset at home as Illinois in Champaign, just up north from us here.
Are they still undefeated? Illinois, have they lost yet?
Illinois got them smacked around last week against Indiana. They lost 63-10.
Okay.
To Indiana last week, but they bounced back in a great way. USC was actually favored in Illinois. I think it was a 3 or 4 point spread, and Illinois took care of business. They had a couple of nice trick plays that they pulled out. So I was getting some nice highlights yesterday when I was on air. So, but I agree with you. The college landscape is it's very different, man. I'm still getting used to some teams like Oregon being in the Big Ten and not the Pac-12. It's still there's definitely a whole lot of shape shifting going on.
It's funny you mentioned that, Rob, because I was watching some clip of Gruden opening. You know how he gets like the
I love Gruden.
Gruden, right? He gets the
Gruden.
boxes, or people send him like the apparel and the gear from each school. So he's opening a box from Oregon, and it's funny you mentioned that about Oregon being in the Big Ten, because yesterday I'm watching this clip and he goes, "Yep, Oregon Ducks, the first year in the Big Ten, they're Big Ten champs." I'm like, oh my God, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, it is weird. It is weird. You normally think of the Big Ten as those Midwestern schools, but that's not the case anymore. So, well, not to get too sidetracked, of course, we start the show with a dice roll and a chase wheel spin. However, in talking with Rob this morning, we're actually going to skip a chase wheel spin and just make the game day and speed flex a part of the chase wheel. So, Rob, we'll just do one big list.
Like it.
If they get into the game day or the speed flex, they will be added to that list, and we'll do the chase wheel just about 11 o'clock this morning. To get the show kicked off, of course, we have the dice roll. And like I just mentioned, no need for a chase wheel, but then we'll do a full page rundown. I think the closest we are at the moment would be, I think we're sitting at 4 in the jerseys and 3 in the game day. So, of course, if we get that game day closed, we will have a chase wheel spin for the morning. Dice roll, what do you think it's going to be, Robert? Do you get upset if I call you Robert? There's other Robs on staff that don't like Robert so much, and other Rickies on staff that don't like Richard so much.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to hop in line with that. But you know what, Alex? Just because, I'm not going to jump to the front of the line there and, try to throw punch you or anything. So I don't get that upset over it. We actually have a lot of Roberts in my family. So we have a Bob, a Bobby, and then I am Rob. So
no Bobberts?
No Bobberts at all. No, but I used to get called Bobby a lot when I was when I was younger. So, and of course, my last name being Hill, Bobby Hill was a very popular nickname I had.
Bobby Hill.
Yeah,
Bill. B Hill.
But let's get this bad boy going. Let's go with 11.
Do we get minis and vault back after game day is done? I don't believe so. There is a little sticky over there. We have a can't miss that'll be up. Which usually is a 1 and 4. So, or actually, I'm sorry, can't miss reps. So there will be a entire series full of reps there. I think that's Derek Kissinger, the Lions fan, 420. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that'll be our specialty series after that. Minis at the moment, my man, are only as personals. So we kind of made an audible there with the minis. They're going to be just available for the moment as personals. The vault, how many boxes do we have left in the vault? That'll be good to look up. Maybe that's something in between now and the 12 p.m. show we can figure out and get dropped too, because that's typically something, Derek, that we have. That's a staple series we have up.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird transition moment. It looks like they had a pretty lengthy 6 p.m. show last night, Derek. So we are still putting together a few pieces of what went down, right?
Yeah.
So, but we will get you up to speed with that vault as soon as we're up to speed ourselves. So let's do that dice roll. I think it's going to be a 10. What did you guess? I forgot, Rob.
11.
Oh, it's funny because I rolled an 11 the other night. It was my first time ever getting an 11 on the show. Let's see if it's going to be 11 again. It's snake eyes. That's not going to help. That would be a hell of a craps roll, though.
Derek thinks
it's going to be 8. It is 9. It's going to be 9 or 5. Is there a 9er in there? Were you calling from a walkie-talkie?
Wow, look at that. Quoted my favorite movie to start a Sunday morning.
It's one of my favorites too, man.
I love me some Tommy Boy. So
well, that's in that case, we'll be quoting that all morning. In the chat, let us know your favorite Tommy Boy line. If you don't know Tommy Boy, that's you need to drop this call at the moment and go watch that. Okay, so
pull it up on a side by side, whatever you might be watching this stream on, and get yourself some Chris Farley and David Spade in your Sunday morning.
My wife's gonna roll her eyes if she's listening. And shout out to Kimmy if you are, but you know what I'm gonna tell the story I'm gonna tell right now. So for the longest time, I never really she lied to me about all the movies she had seen. So I'm a movie buff, bro. And like, if you know anything about me, I'm constantly quoting movies just throughout the day, whatever it is. If it fits the situation, I'm probably going to quote a movie. And I think she probably got housekeeping. Derek says, that's what Derek says. Richard, what's happening? What did you do? Yes, absolutely.
Richard, what did you do?
Classic line. That's going to leave a mark.
Dude, she's like a 10.
Yeah. Dude, she's like, so anyway, my wife would lie to me about the movies that she had seen. I'd be like, honey, did you see this movie? And she'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen it. So I wouldn't like quote or wouldn't bother to give her a summary.
Yeah.
And it finally came out once, like that she had been lying to me. And I'm like, wait, this whole time you've been lying? I don't even know what movies she's seen, guys. So I don't know. This whole time with our movie experiences, we've been living a lie.
Like,
and Tommy Boy is one of them.
I don't know who you are anymore.
Tommy Boy is one of those that she definitely said she had watched, but I don't think she has. So if those of you in the chat, let my wife Kim know she's got some homework to do. She got to watch Tommy Boy with me.
Yep. That's going to be a
9 is our dice roll.
work plan.
Chase, of course, is going to be game day and speed flex. Fat guy in a little coat. All right, chat knows what's up, man.
One of those might be in a break. You never know.
Yep.
You never know what we might pull out of a break here.
Yep. I think in the new 1 and 4 we have the coat that Chris Farley was actually wearing. We don't.
But we do have the
RTLS my Virginia. I forgot, dude. Nathan West coming out with
Rob, you were there.
Rob, you were there. That's such a quit playing with your dinghy. Oh goodness gracious.
There's a fat whale on your bow.
Gilligan. Did you ever see
Did you eat the skipper?
the mashup with that and like a heavy metal riff? Have you ever seen that?
No, but
it's class.
I would love to.
It really fits well together. Let's not get too straight away with Tommy Boy. We could talk about Tommy Boy all morning.
You want to talk about DK Metcalf instead?
Yeah, what happened?
Already 100 yards in the first quarter and a touchdown in the first.
I'm gonna ask you at some point during the show, Rob, your picks for the day. So get those queued up.
I don't know if it's on that little wall right there behind you, buddy, but is there a blue Post-it note right here in this wall?
Nope.
No, there's no blue. So they got rid of me and Shinmei's picks, huh? Unless maybe it's over there.
Those rat
Scallions.
those scallywags. So here is the double break for the practice squad. That is sitting at 8 spots to go, but the practice squad, Rob, as soon as he walked in, made mention that this thing is moving. So join the club, get on the bus, get on the practice squad bus and move it. TJ Watt jersey is there. That's a dope little item. Michael Irvin on the Cowboys jersey. Devontae Adams, who I hear is queued up to return today on the Authentic. Bruce Smith, or he's supposed to. He's getting up there too, but get his name while you have the opportunity to get it at a reasonable price. $102 for a double spot break in the practice squad. When we have names like this, I always feel like this is a great series to get into. Good value. Bruce Smith on a rep. James Harrison speed flex. That's a hell of a deal. Fred Taylor on a speed flex. Come on, dude. Fred Taylor, James Harrison, speed flex is still left. That's 2 speed flexes out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 headliners in the practice squad. 8 headliners remaining out of, it's got to be 17 boxes. I don't think they updated. The board's updated too. We got to get that together too. But in between 9 and 12, we'll make a few updates.
Yeah.
Practice squad is hot. So get it while the getting is good. 8 spots to go there in the double. Speed flex, though. Let me repeat. Speed flex, though. On Friday night, a.k.a. Saturday morning, for the nightlight, Common gave Robbie and I a little bit of homework, and we did extra credit. We were only supposed to do, the goal was to do 1 quad in the speed flex. We did 2, almost 3. So while these items are here, take advantage. Here are some of the speed flex remaining headliners. The New England Tom Brady is still there. So there is a Tom Brady speed flex still there on the New England lid. You still have the Patrick Mahomes. That's a 1 of 4. And I'll show you the video just to clarify that for you. TJ Watt on the Chrome Steelers lid. We've seen similar lids like this, but I can't say I've seen many like that with TJ Watt's name on it. Bo Nix is still there. One of the younger up-and-coming quarterbacks. Good value to his autograph, I can tell you firsthand. The triple sign, Falcons speed flex there with Robinson, London, and Pitts. The Amon-Ra was pulled on Saturday night or Saturday morning by us. That thing was sick. Andre Johnson, Michael Irvin, Myles Garrett. Look for him to be a playmaker today against the Lions. And you're talking to probably the biggest Lions fan in the Chicago area here. And Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry there as non-pictured headliners. But the speed flex, that's why I made it a part of the chase wheel. I think that there's probably some of the best items in the room in this particular series. The game day, too. 2 remaining headliners in the game day. That includes Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba. No need for me to show you the pictures there because they're non-pictured headliners. However, how many game day? We have 5 boxes left. 2 of them are headliners. Let's get that closed out so we can get the mix it up in the room. Or not the mix it up, but the rep series. So here's that Patrick Mahomes 1-4. Good golly, Miss Molly. Look at that right there. You'll note where my little cursor is, that finger, where he's saying, look here, 1-4. You know what that means, Rob? That there's only 4 freaking helmets like it. It's not the date. It wasn't made on January 4th. That's 1 of 4 helmets. Okay, and if it was January 4th, why wouldn't they put the year next to it? Duh. So that's 1 of 4. That's the first one to be made of the bunch. Tommy, you know a lot of people go to college for 7 years. Oh, dude, that's one of my classic lines.
They're called doctors.
Nathan, because your boy, yours truly, went to college for just under 7 years. So, and I'm not a doctor. Bo Nix.
They're calling you Richard now.
I sold a 28 of 75 slabbed card recently with Bo Nix's auto on it, his rookie card.
Yeah.
Upwards of $600. So that's just on a card. Here's a speed flex that's valued at over $1,000 by itself. Customization on that top of that, plus Bo Nix's auto. Can't think of a better gift to get your Denver Bronco relative, a fan relative maybe. Maybe you got a relative that likes the Broncos. Maybe you got a relative that won't stop talking about how great Bo Nix is going to be. Well, here you go. Christmas is right around the corner. Why wait till Black Friday? It's Black Sunday here in the break room every Sunday. That's how we like our coffee, Rob. Black. That's how we like our Sundays, too. Mm-hmm. That's not true.
If I wanted a kiss, I would have called your mother. I'm quoting Westy. I'm not saying that directly to you.
If I wanted a kiss, I'd call your mother.
Westy's got the whole script in front of him.
I can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a butcher's. Yeah, you know the line.
But I would rather take the butcher's.
But I'll just take the butcher's. Wait, it's got to be your bowl. It's just. Here's the diamond.
Did I hear a 9er in there?
Did I hear a 9er in there?
Calling from a walkie-talkie.
I hear an 11er in there, though. Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Barry Sanders, Speed Flex. This is probably my favorite item in the room. Out of all the series in the room at the moment, this Diamonds is probably one of the newest. Diamonds, 24 remaining boxes. Again, we have to make sure this board is up to date, but 11 remaining headliners is what I'm counting at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
As soon as they get the run show tab all updated, I will start to work on the board myself because this is
you're good.
This is pretty wonky right now.
We are all set, and I believe on that Barry Sanders lid, it says the Lion King. It does. Holy crap. The Lion King. That was a good little lion noise he made there. I can't do that.
I was just clearing my throat.
Clearing his throat.
Yeah, just do that all the time.
Pennsylvania. Yep, that's definitely. I did the intro for that movie.
Barry, is that you?
Barry? Look at that beautiful inscription on top. Then you have the Lion King extra additional inscription here. I like how he did that right over the visor too. That's a nice little extra piece he did. Barry Sanders, what a guy.
Gotta let people know, man. Gotta let people know who's the real king of the North. Jon Snow, not listening to you, my guy.
Nope.
Has been and always will be Barry Sanders. There's so many times, Alex, where I wish I think we have this for all the sports that we follow, where if you could go back and watch one player in their prime play in person, who would it be?
Barry Sanders. What, definitely.
There you go. That's why I asked then.
I don't know, man. I'd like to go back into like some of those old school players like Bobby Lane, some of those, just to see what they were like or how football was played back then. I actually watched it in person, But definitely, we're talking relatively newer era. Yeah, Barry Sanders. Who else? Who was just before that?
I'd be for me, it'd probably be Marino. Just because I've heard so many things about Marino's arm. There's only so many things that, pixelated, 240 HP YouTube clips can really get you, So
John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Does your brain got a thick candy shell? What?
You're the one with the
Surprised
thick
you didn't know
shell.
Your brain's got the shell on it. 3 spots to go in the game day. I'm going to drop a link to that. That is, let me double check if that's a double. That's a double box break. So 3 spots to go there. That's hot. Big Daddy Al would be there if he could be. I'm sure Chris Farley would be there if he could.
We got the reincarnation of Farley with
was Farley a Packers fan?
He probably was
because he was like a Marquette guy. Yeah.
Grew up in the Wisconsin area. He did get his start at Second City, which is obviously in Chicago, one of the most famous. Yeah.
Before it burned down, man. I saw Gaffigan there.
Yeah. Jim Gaffigan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very, very cool. I saw Bobby Lee there.
Okay.
Big Bobby Lee guy. Chris Farley, man. Yeah, I mean.
That's a guy I'd like to see in his prime.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Right?
I'd probably my favorite Farley moment outside of Tommy Boy would definitely be his Letterman entrance, which I think is another one of his most famous moments, where he picks up the some random dude in the crowd and throws him in a dumpster right next to the exit. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, you got that. That is electric. That's not it's not Tommy Boy, top of the food chain, Chris Farley content, but I'd say it's like a 1B.
Okay,
it's really good stuff. I mean, and everybo's like, where did you get all this energy from? I'll let you guys sit at home and think about
one of my favorite
how Chris Farley got all of his energy.
Saturday Night Live skits is him and Adam Sandler together when Chris Farley's dressed up like the home wife reading the Italian menu to Adam Sandler. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Ravioli, yeah. Holy cannoli! You hear that, Hank? Oh, dude, it's a great skit. Or when they're all dressed up like the teenage girls at like that little diner, and she's like, "Lay off me, I'm starving." Oh, dude, Chris Farley, epic. Dude was epic.
That was a hell of a run they had on SNL in the 90s. I mean, you had Spade, you had Farley, Sandler, Farrell. You had some greats. Bill Hader comes in a little bit later.
Yep.
Hader later. And Ty chiming in. What's going on, Ty? I figured Wentz would do a lot better than McCarthy this morning, but it's not the case. Well, unless I'm a little bit behind, at least Wentz is now on the Pittsburgh side of the 50. So they're trying to get this within a 1-score game, because it's been the DK Metcalf show in Ireland. So I don't know if he had a pregame Guinness or he woke up with some really good corned beef and hash for his morning meal, but he's been devouring the Vikings defense so far in the first half.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's kind of weird to see. I don't know. It's just a weird. Steelers are weird this year, dude.
Yeah. Ashley was saying that living in a van down by the river. That's Farley's most.
Living in a van down by the river. I saw Sandler a few nights ago, and he did the Farley song again. Always a good one. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's great. That's really cool.
Rodgers does look great, but when I see him play for the Steelers, it's almost like I'm watching a Madden clip. I'm like, this is fake. Is he actually on the Steelers? It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the same way about the Jets when he was there too. There's just some guys that you associate with having like one jersey on their entire career, and then once they're like they go to the twilight, like end of their careers, like how the hell did this happen? Like I felt that same way with Frank Thomas, me being the White Sox fan that I am. I was like, he's a Toronto Blue Jay. He's an Oakland Athletic. So Yeah, he just threw a pick. Yeah, Ty. Yep, I'm all caught up now on that. So
He just threw a pick.
He just and Carson Wentz did.
Oh, okay.
Carson Wentz did.
I thought you were talking about Rodgers. That would have been funny. Here we are.
Yeah.
He's looking great, pick.
Yeah, so I'm very glad that you were talking about some of our picks that we were going over for Chinmay and I yesterday. Very glad I stayed away from this game because I definitely leaned heavy in the favor of Minnesota's direction. So,
Yes, well,
this is why I sell breaks and not
why we threw that
picks.
sticky note away.
Yeah, shout out to Bob Boulay, man. Saw Kevin James 10 days ago.
No shoot, dang.
We're
dude.
getting the whole grown-ups cast in here. Sandler,
No
Spade,
kidding.
Anybody see Chris Rock or Rob
There's
Schneider
no
recently?
doubt if Farley were still living, Farley would
Chris
have been
Rock
a
is.
grown-ups, right? You think?
I think that he would probably.
Have been in every Sandler movie since.
I genuinely think that, and I'm not throwing Kevin James under the bus here, because I really like Kevin James.
Do you think
He would be Kevin, but he would be Kevin James on steroids. Yeah, he would easily be Kevin James on steroids, without a doubt.
Dude, yeah. Now that you say that, it's almost like Kevin James was Sandler's replacement for Farley. When you think about it,
Yeah.
right? But no knock at Kevin James because he's hilarious, and he's his own. He's just as great of a comedian in his own right, So different style, of course. I think a little bit because they are that kind of slap, what humor, right? But okay, well, Speed Flex is hot. I don't know what else to say, guys. Get in the freaking Speed Flex.
I don't know what else to say.
I literally, what are you waiting for? The Speed Flex, the game day. Game day is we got 2 headliners. If we get 5 boxes done in the game day today, we got that, the new rep series coming in the room. That's your homework. So, autographed Speed Flex helmet, though, single is 6 spots to go. The Patrick Mahomes 1 and 4 is there, guys. That is there. Speedflex, 13 boxes left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 headliners. I'm going to say that one more time. I'm going to put this in the chat just in case y'all can't hear me. 9 headliners.
Niner.
Yes, you heard a niner in there. And I am calling from a walkie-talkie. 9 headliners out of 13 boxes in Speedflex. What's going on, fellas? Well, Blake, we're just talking about our favorite Tommy Boy quotes, talking about NFL Game Day, of course, and also talking about this freaking Speedflex series. 9 headliners out of 13 boxes left in the Speedflex. Niner, 5.
Also, I mean, if you say it in that voice, you get a little droid action from Star Wars too.
Yep.
Niner.
Roger. Roger Dodger. Well, we don't have Roger Staubach in here at the moment. We do have him here.
Not Roger
often.
Craig either, unfortunately.
You know what? Somebody asked about the minis there earlier, and I thought this was kind of a cool little name to look at. So minis are available as personals only at the moment. Joe Montana. This was the name that stood out to me on the minis. Joe Montana on that's a salute to service. 49ers mini. Dude, what more can you ask for in a mini helmet? One of the GOATs in terms of playing quarterback, right? Would you say? I think. Common asked me one of my first nights here, my top 3 quarterbacks ever in NFL history, and I put, it's hard not to talk about Montana when you're talking top 3 quarterbacks ever, right? Championships. How many MVPs did Montana have? Maybe only 1?
He ended up with. He did not win an MVP in his. I don't believe he won an
That's
MVP
all right.
in his career. Maybe
Different era.
I'm gonna fact check that because I actually have I have an interesting graphic that I want to share with you since we're on Joe Montana. But go ahead.
Is it gonna prove me wrong?
No, it's actually it doesn't encapsulate his whole career, but the person that I think is the greatest quarterback, at least that I've ever seen, with my non-2020 vision, so it might be a little skewed, but I think Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
Okay.
So Joe Montana in his career was an 8-time Pro Bowler. He did win the MVP twice. I was looking at Super Bowl MVPs, so my mistake for Joe Montana, which he did win 3 times overall, 3-time All-Pro. The graphic that I had for you was because, of course, my homeboy ended up turning 30 this past week. So shout out to Patrick Mahomes.
Now he's old.
Things
He's
I
old
know,
now.
I know, right? Yeah, he's definitely over the hill now. Joe Montana, before the age of 30 compared to Patrick Mahomes, is just pretty astounding overall, looking at the numbers across the board. But he did actually have a higher passer rating than Tom Brady and Peyton Manning before the age of 30. You know, in an era that, you know, you could argue was not as pass heavy, especially what Brady eventually devolved into once he got into the 2010s and there were much more aerial assault offenses. Peyton Manning, of course, was a huge reason for that change starting to happen, you know, the early 2000s. But, you know, those guys were all gunslingers, and you know what they say about top lists, Alex? They're always subjective. So
I mean, when you finish your career with 117 wins, 47 losses, and you have over 60% completion rating, your entire career, that's outstanding.
You want to hear my modern day comp for Joe Montana? I'm going to piss off a lot of people when I say this.
Jared Goff.
And I'm only going to say, I bet you would love for me to say Jared Goff. I got to see. I got to see a NFC Championship appearance from Mr. Goff, and
Goff did make an appearance in the NFC Championship, and he has went to a Super Bowl.
Goff also made an appearance yesterday in our QB Flex series, which
that's right.
He did get pulled out of. He got pulled out by my little grubby fingers, but he actually, according to Derek, I know Derek pulled this stat out. So over the last 3 years, he's top 6 in QB passer rating, regular season and playoffs included. But if you just drop the playoffs, Alex, it's actually the top quarterback in terms of pass rating since 2023. So we love Jay Goff up in here.
Oh, for sure.
But anyways, going back to this quick Mahomes graphic real quick. So between Brady, Manning, Montana, so a lot of people would probably have in their top 3, right? Or pretty close to it, if you don't include Mahomes. By the age of 30, Mahomes, more wins, completion percentage, yards per game, yards per attempt, passing touchdowns, the fewest interceptions, the highest quarterback passer rating, most rushing yards, most rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, across the board, he has statistically been better than any quarterback in the history of the game before the age of 30. Now, I think the question is going to be for Patrick.
You know what else? I'm going to stop. Another stat that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is he's less than 30 touchdowns from Joe Montana's touchdown record. And he's, you know, how many years younger
and
he
also voices the frog on Sesame Street too.
Who he does. Kermit. Hey, it's Kermit the Frog. It's Patrick Mahomes here. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Travis, get in the end zone.
Travis, come on, man. Hey, Kels.
we need a producer in here to get us back on track. Oh wait, that's supposed to be me.
Yeah.
I just think Mahomes, man, like, again, this is why in eye testing, you know, the stats sometimes back it up, but I think the eye test is more relevant than anything else. That's why Justin Herbert, obviously, is a huge fan of guys nowadays because of his arm strength, his arm talent. But anyways, my Montana comparison was Jalen Hurts. Do you know that if he beats Tampa Bay today, Alex, if you include the game that he was concussed in last week in week 16, he would actually win 18 consecutive games dating back to last season? Like, all Hurts has done, even at his time at Bama, is wins. So Joe Montana the same way.
You know who we haven't even talked about, who I've seen play, that I would say, I think, and like, yes, the championships don't speak for themselves, but he is an MVP winner now. Josh Allen. I got to see him play last year against the Lions, bro, and he was just unstoppable. So not that it was just against my hometown boys, but he look at him this year. The dude is just, I don't know why the Buffalo Bills don't start using the tush push, right? Like they're the next best team to be able to utilize that, right?
Yeah.
With a guy like he playing a tight end, playing quarterback that can run a 4.5 40. The guy's insane. Want to go in the jerseys? Rob, I'm going to take a little restroom break before it's too late.
Yeah, definitely do that. Let's see your 40 time as you run out of the room.
Somebody left their Sour Patch Kids here for the last 2 days.
As you're bringing those into the bathroom? Okay. All right, that's... You know, I do a lot of things on the toilet, folks, but eating Sour Patch Kids, that is not one of them. All right, guys, so Alex has got the screen pulled up for you. That's a part of the Speed Flex series. Just to get you guys an update, shout out to my man Justin Birch, bringing the jerseys down from 4 to 3. And then Eric Linnell lining up right behind him, man. Eric, big-time sniper out there. Let's see if we can get some closers in the jerseys, folks. Mr. Linnell bringing it down from 3 to 1. Jerseys in totality, man, they are flying off the shelves like hotcakes. I really got to get a new analogy in here. I've only been at Ultimate Autographs for a month, and I'm already outgrowing my own cliches. So, regardless, shout out to Eric and Justin for getting us to the goal line of this particular series. So for the jerseys overall, we have 2 headliners left. We want to get a new series for you folks. Clearly, you guys do as well. Jerome Bettis and Brian Robinson Jr. are the 2 headliners that are available in the jersey series. Just going to pull that up for you folks really quick, show you guys what you're getting into. Oh, you did have the jerseys up. Look at it. Look at Alex, man. Ty, is it really closed? I would believe it. So Alex leaves the room. Just missed. Alex leaves the room and 3 orders come in and we get stuff closed. So
You guys knew it.
You know, if you want to go back out there and figure out your 1s and 2s, it's okay.
When I am on the producer end, so you know, it's kind of my little
Yeah.
superstition thing I do.
Yes.
If we're slow, I walk away for a minute, come back, and we always have orders.
I like
it. Always works.
I like that.
I'm not BSing you. All right, so it sounds like we're gonna get something closed up here. Jerseys more than likely.
Yep. So yep. Ty closed it. So Mr. Percival going into the coming out of the bullpen,
Percival,
just like he did in 2002 for the Anaheim Angels.
Ty.
Shout out Troy Percival. Shout out Ty Percival. Shout out anybody with the last name of Percival.
So you think the
He said, "That's right, bro. You gosh dang right."
That's right, bro. All right, well, drop me a box number. 4 jerseys.
So Jerome Bettis, only photo
drop
headliner
wrong.
available there, and then Brian Robinson Jr., who is, I think we could all agree, the most overqualified running back, or backup running back, I should say, in the league.
Yeah.
But San Fran today, man, looking to make it 4-0 on the young season.
Yep.
So
Jerome Bettis, though. Come on.
all aboard
What a
the
better
bus.
what a better name in the jerseys to get. How many? It appears as if we have 5 remaining boxes, so we'll be down to 4 after this box 16.
16? All right. Loading the names in there for you. Partner.
Halftime jersey series, box 16, coming up. But first,
A word from our sponsor.
a word from our sponsor.
But first, what is but first Pearl Jam. I'm a huge Bill Simmons guy. Huge fan of his podcast. I don't know if you've ever listened,
Where's it?
Alex, but
Oh, you're getting it set up now.
I'm gonna have to duplicate it and make one. I was just seeing if there's a pre-existing tab, but there is not.
I will be your hero, baby. I will be serenading you all this evening, this morning.
This evening, all the way into the evening.
It's funny we say that because my daughters at the moment have no concept of when meals are. So like this morning they're eating breakfast. They're like, "Daddy, I'm eating my dinner." I'm like, "No, it's breakfast, babe." And they still don't get it. My one daughter says lunch for everything. I'm just eating my lunch. It's breakfast right now. Lunchtime. It's the only time she gets it right.
Be like you said that the last time you were eating lunch. Which one is this? 25?
20. Oh, I don't even know, dude. Look at the running break sheet.
Yep, I got it.
Or just put, I don't even care. We'll figure that out. Jersey down to 4 box.
We are all good, man. You're good to go.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah,
No,
you
we
got
get
the jersey right there. So no, numero 16.
Arthur, I like this name. Arthur Turley, Lance Abbott. We have a very Ivy League break here.
King off.
Lance Abbott, Justin Birch, Eric Linnell, and Ty Percival.
Good luck to all the lords of the Jersey land.
We will now randomize these names. It's all our Harvard.
You know what's a really fun place to go to now that we're getting into our... I'm watching a game right now in Ireland. You know, we're going into our English brogue here. Medieval times, man. It's a badass place to go
Funny
to.
you say that because my wife's cousin, Mel, shout out Mel, she used to work there. She was a server there for a long time.
Dude.
Wouldn't they serve you like, here's your pterodactyl leg? Wouldn't they say stuff like that? Here's your dragon's beak.
You know, here it's you got your dragon soup, and then the I don't know what they call the giant chicken leg, but man, the food there is top notch. So I mean,
Here's your ostrich feathers.
you're gonna have to. Brian Clay said, "Howdy, folks. Howdy, Bri. Good morning, Bri guy, or as I like to call my CCM, my chief chat marketer, CCM, Brian Clay, checking in. He's a big promoter in the chat, man.
You worked for CCM,
Yeah, maybe
the hockey company.
maybe he keeps me on my P's and Q's.
Well,
He dots my I's, crosses my T's.
You got to keep me on my P's and Q's, baby. Because right now we're about to randomize these jerseys.
You know what, Blake? Actually, that's a good point. It could be mutton. It's like I was going to say mutton chop, but that's kind of what my my sideburns are starting to resemble mutton chops right now. We gotta get lined up
9 times around, if I'm not mistaken, for our dice roll today. There we go. Lance Abbott's going to kick us off in the NFC North.
Numero 9.
Ty Percival will have the NFC South. NFC East is going to be Eric Linnell. Arthur Turley is in the NFC West. AFC North is Eric Linnell again. Eric is one of the kings of the minis. Arthur Turley is AFC South. AFC East is Lance again. AFC West is going to be Justin Birch. Good luck to you all.
You know, the more that I hear you say Arthur Turley, the more I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, that is a really cool name. And
Arthur Turley.
it also makes me wonder, what the hell were my parents doing on the morning of June 8th, 1999?
You know, my full name is Alexander Bernard Neatling. I think my mom was thinking Ivy League too.
Alexander
Alexander Bernard.
the
Box
Lord of the Land of
16.
Neatling.
Is it going to be that Jerome Bettis? I sure hope so. Who's got the AFC North spot at the moment? Eric does. Eric Linnell.
I do.
So he could be walking away with this Bettis. See what's inside. Okay. Okay. All right. This is a sick. It's a non-pictured headliner, so you guys wouldn't have seen it. This is going to go to
12-leg touchdown parlay.
our friend in the NFC East, though.
What we got?
It's going to be that Commanders Brian Robinson Jr. jersey, baby. But look at this. It's the black Commanders jersey. Woo!
It's
That
clean.
boy is clean.
That is clean.
I am not even a Commanders fan,
Mr. Clean.
but look at with that silver ink on there. Look at that, dude. Damn.
No, it's gas.
That's sick. Brian Robinson Jr. headliner.
Shout out to BRJ, man. So I think that he got the short
Eric
end of
Linnell.
I think he got a short end of the stick in Washington. I mean, I was kind of surprised. I mean, look at what Washington did last year, NFC Championship game appearance. Yep. Look, they must really, really love Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I love Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
He's questionable today, though. So you might see a little. Well, is Brian Robinson Jr. injured as well, or is he?
I think he's good to go today.
The boy got shot and came back.
Dude, you know what's crazy? And I was looking at this because I'm going to kind of who won that, by the way? My apologies.
Eric Linnell. He had both headliner spots. That's ridiculous.
What did you go, Eric? Shout out to you, man. But anyways, yeah, I kind of thought that he got the short end of the stick just because he's been their most reliable running back.
Yeah.
The last couple of years in Washington, so I was kind of
Good pass catcher out of the backfield.
Yeah, man.
He's where did he play in college?
Brian Robinson Jr. That's a very good question. Trying to remember off.
He's not a. I was gonna say.
I want to say he was at Bama. He's either Bama or Auburn.
I was literally gonna guess Bama, but I didn't.
Yep. It was Bama.
It's always safe to guess Bama or Georgia, right?
Yeah. So Brian says that he has a 12-leg TD parlay going for. Let's see here. That's a lot of digits. There.
Alabama is Ty Percival says. Okay, thanks, Ty.
270.
So we weren't right.
2001. You know, Brian, I got myself a. If you guys are interested in hearing any of my my lays that won't hit, I'm not talking about potato chips here. But if you're interested in hearing some stuff, you guys let me know in the chat. Yeah, and like you said, Ty had an autographed card of his from Alabama. I know you're a big card guy, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I used to collect when I was younger, but I was more of the baseball variety.
Okay.
I remember my first ever baseball card was an autographed Jose Vidro from the Montreal Expos, which was really, really cool. And I was a big gamer kid growing up. My first ever video game was MVP Baseball 2003 with Randy Johnson and Miguel Tejada on the front cover of it. And the Expos were like the first team that I would seriously start the game with. God, that old Olympic Stadium they played at was awful. Oh my God, that turf was horrendous. Uh-oh. That's way cool, Rob, the Expos. Yeah, thanks, man. I also have a, nice Expos lid that I'll probably bust out on the other show at some point. So, there are certain franchises. I mean, look, the Expos obviously relocated to the nation's capital in 2005, which they are now, of course. They've been the Washington Nationals, won a World Series in 2019. But them, the Seattle Supersonics in basketball, there are just some franchises that are dated in the past that these kids these days just don't know about, Alex.
These days
just don't know. But like seriously though, like they're honestly some of the more iconic franchises, at least, even before my time, a lot of it, So we definitely got to bring back some teams because we're, with how much a cash cow a lot of these sports teams are, man. They're going to be expanding all over the place. They're already talking about expansion in the NBA to make that a 32-team league. Obviously, the Oakland A's, they're moving to Las Vegas in the next couple of years. So,
Right. Yep. Well, good hit there, Eric Linnell. With the NFC East hit on that Brian Robinson Jr. jersey. Let's take a look across the board where we're at since we got that bad boy closed up. I'm not going to leave again, guys, so you better get your orders while I'm here.
I might. But I'll return.
8s up top there, it looks like. 3 spots to go into game day. I'll drop another link to that just in case y'all wants to get in on that game day, since it is game day and all. Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba are the only remaining headliners. No needs for me to show you the graphic because they're non-picture headliners. 3 spots to go in the game day. And as soon as we close that up, there's only 5 boxes left. We will have that, what's it called? Can't miss reps up and running for y'all. Here is the Speed Flex, though. So the game day and the Speed Flex are part of the chase wheel. The Speed Flex is definitely hot. I'm going to continue to show this as long as I'm in the seat. And even when I'm producing, I'll probably be showing this. The Speed Flex is hot. You have 13 boxes left, 9 headliners. One of them is the Bo Nix. That thing is sexy. The other one, it is, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know other words.
The litter Bo Nix.
Look at this. 1 and 4. 1 of 4. Kansas City Chief. Who's that on? Oh, Patrick Mahomes. You heard the guy a minute ago. Rob Hills. He thinks the best quarterback ever is Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to disagree. But there's probably some naysayers out there.
I mean, I really think I'm the best, Alex.
There's not too many guys every given Sunday that can drop back in the pocket and do what I can do. So
not every quarterback's got a tight end that kills. Okay, kills is a lifesaver.
we got a big game coming up against Baltimore today at 3:00 Central Time, and we're gonna give it our best and see what happens.
Travis Swift is the best tight end out there.
They call him Travis Swift.
Travis Swift.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work. Travis Swift is an unforgivable offense.
And you got one player here who would never take his the other name would be TJ Watt. Okay, this guy is an animal on an absolutely ridiculous chrome. You don't have to be a Steelers fan to like this. I would display this in my Lions man cave. Same thing with this Bo Nix, dude. This thing's like, I don't know. I get like Boise State vibes from this.
Yeah,
I know he's not a Boise State player, but still, man. And Oregon, they're big on the highlighter colors. Definitely maybe a little nod to Oregon there too, but
yeah.
Thing is dope.
I think, anytime that you get neon colors, highlighter, whatever you want to phrase that as, it's very hit and miss, but anytime like you can offset it with like a blue like that, like a dark type of blue, like the Bronco blue. Yeah, it's nice, man.
Here's another great bang for your buck on the diamonds. I'll continue to push the diamonds today too. You have Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Barry Sanders. I'm going to keep this series just pictured for a moment because this is a really hot break. In terms of the diamonds, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 headliners out of 24 boxes. I'm going to assume that's updated. Josh Allen, Speed Flex, Saquon Barkley, Speed Flex. This Barry is beautiful. That's on a Speed Flex as well. What's up?
Just real quick, brother. I think we got a trade to announce.
Oh, okay.
In the chat. So Ty, being a big fan of Brian Robinson Jr., it looks like Eric is looking to Gifted.
All right, I'm just gonna write that up for Ty then, if that's cool, guys. So I'll just drop Ty's order number and stuff into that ticket, and we'll do it that way. That'll make it easy.
Sweet. Love
If
to
you
see
guys are
that.
cool with that.
Yeah, I love to see that. You know, we see trades all the time here at UA. For those that are unaware, during the course of the show, you are able to trade over the course of the show just with the product or item that you've won at any time. So as we continue to sort that out, looks like we're going to have the end of the first half here out in Ireland, Lottie. The Steelers are leading the Vikings 14-6 at the end of the first half. As I may have spoke too soon, as they're about to, Will Reichert, another Alabama boy, was about to kick a 33-yard field goal, and then Jalen Ramsey decided to jump off sides about 5 seconds too soon. So
Oh, good golly.
we'll see what happens here, but
That was nice, guys.
that was very, very nice. Shout out to you, Eric, for being the kind sport that you are.
That's also a really good, I think, a really good advertisement to anybody that's new hopping into the break page, seeing that how great our community is.
Oh yeah.
Of course, these guys will probably work out a trade in the future, but you know, most of those negotiations go on outside of our realm, right? Like they're going on behind the scenes between personal email exchanges and stuff. So it's all in the customers for making that such a great trading community. But of course, if you guys are in the same break like we just had and people want to gift things, shoot. Chandler Dunning, if he's listening, shout out Chandler. He's been nice enough to give me a couple items.
Really?
Yes, he gifted me a full-size St. Brown Authentic. No bowl, and he gifted me a dual sign Jameson and Laporta mini. JMO and Laporta.
Did you put up like bail money for him, or like?
No, dude, it's kind of a cool story, and I'll tell it really quick while we're sitting here.
cool stories.
Because it's one of those break room magical stories. So I wasn't even supposed to work this night, which is crazy. And he a couple days before, he had just gifted me that mini. Chandler is a legend in the break room. He's one of our frequent flyer customers. He pops in. I'm here working on the producer end. I think Common was hosting. There's like a mix up with scheduling. I wasn't even supposed to be here, but I showed up. We started the show like a half hour late, but it was a hot show. There was some series going on. I think it was like I can't remember. It was like the Playmaker series, whatever. There's a sick Peyton Manning in it, and St. Brown was in it too. And it was just like your typical authentic, wasn't a speed flex or anything. One of the first polls of the night, it's sitting right next to me, right? And I'm making jokes about like, oh, this is the closest I've been to any St. Brown memorabilia all night, right? And so Chandler just jokingly, I thought it was a joke in the chat's like, well, if I win the Peyton Manning, I'm going to gift you the St. Brown. And I'm like, all right, whatever. The very
Just
next
going along with it, yeah.
Right. The very next Playmaker break, he gets the AFC South. First poll of that break, it was like a double, quad, whatever it was. Freaking Peyton Manning, dude. And I'm like, what? And he said, St. Brown's yours. I was like, what?
That's nuts.
Pumped. Texted everybody I knew, pretty much.
That's all. Where do you got that bad boy kept up? Office.
Oh, it's in my basement.
Basement. Very very
I'll
cool.
show you guys because I hung it up with my mini.
Very very
My
cool.
card deck.
As Alex goes to pull that up, shout out to Tim Kelly, man, getting in that double box break for the practice squad. Practice squad, next to our minis, is our newest series that we dropped. That is our timeout series. Got T.J. Watt, Michael Irvin in that bad boy. Got Bruce Smith in there, James Harrison, Fred Taylor that Alex was fawning over earlier, just like he was fawning over that St. Brownlet, as he should be.
There it is.
That's super cool. Yeah, Eric. No, that's it's very, very cool. So Ty and Brian, they're looking to take flight with Jettas, man. They got some bread on the line. They need it. They don't want it to be baked. They want to keep cooking. So they got Jettas, and I feel you folks. I got Jordan Mason. So got Jordan Mason that needs to find the end zone, as we are now at halftime, which is, I don't think I've ever said that, dude, about a football game at 9:56 Central Time.
Well,
we're
they're
at
over
halftime.
there in Ireland, you know, so they're They're playing early.
They gotta go back to their locker room.
In the wee hours of the morning.
Gotta pull themselves up by their stockings there and dip deep into their little pots of gold and see if they can put out any
The
touchdowns.
lads are playing football this morning.
Let's see what they can do, lads. As they get ready for the second half. Oh, let's see what you lords and lads
lots of
can.
football we
Wow,
played
I'm really mixing brogues there. I went from leprechauns and latsies
You slap at the base, man.
to ladies and lads here in the chat.
Slap at the base. You ever seen that movie? I Love You, Man.
I love yeah. Oh, dude, I've only seen it once.
He's like,
I haven't seen it. I haven't
he's
seen it
going for the
forever, though.
Jamaicans. The slap at the base, man.
slap at-
But he sounds Irish, like Scottish. It's funny.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. When you first did that, I kind of heard a little Borat in there. I heard a little Sacha Baron Cohen twine in there. Dude, Borat is one of those cult figure movies where it's
not black. Yeah.
dude, that's
Bro, I work with some older women
My
at my
wife.
other job, and one of them when they cited Borat, and I'm like, wait, how have you even seen the movie Borat?
Borat. And how were you not offended by half the things that
Right.
were said in the movie, Borat?
And she said,
My
I've
wife.
seen Borat. She was like offended that I even asked the question.
Yeah.
That movie is another. I'm not. There will be no Borat quotes in the chat today. But if you again, Tommy Boy was a hot topic at the start of the show.
Hey, shout out to Ty, man. Hit 13 hundo on a 50 yesterday with the Utah Utes.
Oh, there you go, big dog.
Big time.
That's
man.
why Ty popped in early. He's like, let's get this 13 rolling.
You know, since we're in the theme of this here, guys. So,
Yeah, let me take a slide on. No, you say what you're gonna say. 'cause I was just gonna say.
get
that.
a set back up.
Big Papa's got to get his parlays.
Love it
in.
when you call me Big
I love
Papa.
it when you call me Big Pop.
All right, so if you guys are interested, if you scallywags out there, I'm gonna look at the camera to show how dead serious I am about this. So, Brian, like yourself, this is a $5 little bonus action that I got. This is
5 on it.
Oh man, dude, that's so literally during my show yesterday with Chinmay, I got 5 on it. I was like, I can't believe I'm quoting Little Troy on a Saturday morning, saying that yesterday.
Sunday morning
There we
it is
are.
too.
Yeah. Troy, well, where's Little Troy at? Maybe he's in the practice squad. We don't know. So 22 to 1. I'm just trying to rearrange my words on how I want to say this in my head. 22 to 1, guys. So what I like to do, I take my favorite tight end, quarterback, running back, and wide receiver from a certain slate, right? I got Dalton Kincaid to find the end zone against New Orleans. They're, a 2-touchdown favorite. Hopefully they, there should be a lot of points going down in the Bayou. Is it in the Bayou? Oh, it's actually in Buffalo, even better. No wonder it's a 14-point spread. You were talking about a little tush push action, a little butt brigade action going on.
Yep.
Let's see that happen against the Buccaneers today. Jalen Hurts gets into the end zone. Omari and Hampton had his first real good game, the first round draft pick by the Los Angeles Chargers. They're in a positive game script against the Giants. They're favored by a touchdown. Let's see if that happens. And then Nico Collins, who helped me cash last week, going to go back to him through the air. Look, they're an 8-point favorite, by the way, and I know Tennessee is respectfully. Cam Ward, I think, is going to be very, very good, and they have some talented pieces. Brian Callahan is, in my opinion, inarguably the worst head coach currently in the NFL.
Yeah.
He drags them down tremendously, which is crazy because how often do you see 2 0-3 teams and one of them is favored by almost 9 points? Right. Pretty remarkable. But anyways, 5 would pay out 110 for you guys. So Nico Collins, Amari and Hampton, Jalen Hurts, Dalton Kincaid. That's mine. He said that's going to happen. Kincaid is a Utah Utes boy. Yes, he is. I used to be really big on Dawson Knox a couple years ago, Ty. I was a little too... I was sniffing the Dawson Knox salts a little too much because I really, really reached on him in one of my fantasy drafts, and it was not great. It was not great because I was unaware of because I think they spent a 2nd round pick, I want to say, on Kincaid, and he had a down year last year, but man, he is probably the most underrated pass catching tight end, I would say, in the NFL, just because of his overall size. A lot of people talk about your guy, Sam Laporta. I compare Kincaid in a very similar light to Laporta. I think Laporta is a better all-around tight end, but,
Yeah,
it's
no.
it's all subjective. I see
Kincaid-
you over there. Get
So
some
here's
things together.
my 12-leg parlays. There's a couple games There's a couple games I stayed away from. You know, I like to do this, just like the full rundown of games. But there are a few games that I stayed away from, including the Bears versus the Raiders, because I feel like that could go either way, and I'm not screwing this up this week, guys. So my heart pick with that, I want the Bears to be good this year. I just do. You know, that's a local team for us. I'm a Lions fan, but I like Caleb Williams. I like Ben Johnson. I think they got a lot of great moving parts there, and I've predicted them to be a good team this year, so I don't want to look stupid in the long run. But either way, I'm picking the Bears there. I just didn't put this together in my parlay. My 12-leg all-pick money line parlay of the day for $5 to win $3,500 just about. Carolina over New England. I can't believe that New England's a favorite in that, to be honest. Isn't Carolina coming off a win from last week?
Not just a win, a 30-0 shutout against but they are on the road. Do you want to know the crazy stat? And this is going to help you feel better. I'm actually glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
On the way in, New England over their last 18 home games. What do you think the record is at home over their last 18?
Probably not good.
3-15 at home.
I was just going to say they've probably lost 16 games there.
I mean, you go from Brady, creating a house of pain in the AFC to not being able to win at home in Foxborough the last number of years. That's hard to believe, but keep going, man.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point, actually. Tampa Bay, I'm taking over Eagles, dude. Tampa Bay is hot, bro. Actually, some of these, this makes me feel like an upset picker, but I'm not. I feel like Tampa Bay will beat the Eagles today. I do also feel like the Commanders will beat the Falcons.
You and I are literally like complete opposites.
Really? There's just like a couple things
on everything.
It's like, well, maybe they could be toss-ups. I can't believe they're toss-ups the other way, which the Commanders too. Is their starting quarterback's going to be Marcus Mariota this week.
Correct.
And he's not a bad backup.
No,
he's
not at all.
In recent history. So he's athletic. He can make things happen with his legs, which is really, in a backup, in a situation like this, is kind of all you need. And against Atlanta, they've been inconsistent the start of this year. But also, I think that's a toss-up. Could go either way. I think Tampa Bay has just been shocking across the board this year, too. And they're playing at home today, so look for them to make an upset against the Eagles. And it's not that big of an upset, according to Vegas. Houston, I'm taking over the Titans. We talked about this last week, dude. It's only a matter of time before Houston finds the promised land. And I think today they do that against the Titans.
They better.
I'm taking the Lions over Cleveland. I swear there's no bias there. They're a heavy favorite against Cleveland, playing at Ford Field as well. The Chargers, I'm taking over the Giants. Need I say any more? The Chargers are playing lights out lately, and the Giants are letting their rookie quarterback start this year. But I do think he's going to do great things.
I think that's going to be like a sneaky fun team to watch.
Yeah.
If Jackson Dart is, because you got Dart, you got Cam Scatterbo, you have Malik Neighbors.
Oh, that is really fun.
That's a fun little nucleus to watch. That's a fun bad team.
But I think against the Chargers today, the Chargers are just too good at the moment. I'm also taking the Colts over the Rams. Another upset. The Colts have been hot, baby.
Love it.
And every week, everybody's like, good. The Colts might win this game. Rams are coming off a loss that they should have won last week. Was that against Tampa Bay? Or was that against...
The Rams?
Yeah.
So they lost last week to... that was that block field goal that Philly returned at the end. So that actually would have won the game in Philly for LA. So they were leading for a majority of that game, yeah.
And another reason why I'm taking Tampa Bay over Philly, that's why I'm crossing wires here, because Philly almost lost last week. Baltimore, I'm taking over Kansas City, but I think that one could be a toss-up. I'm also taking Jacksonville over the Niners. They've been hotter of late. And the Niners, is Brock Purdy starting today or no?
Yes, he is.
He is?
He is. He is back in the saddle.
The Jaguars are still not that... Like, the Niners are not that heavy of a favorite in that game, even with Purdy coming back. And I'm taking Denver over Cincinnati, and I'm taking the Packers over Dallas. If you put all of that together, for $5, you could win $3,445. 3,400 smackaroos.
I'm going to have to get like a live check on you Monday night for that Denver-Cincy game.
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically that's the last leg that you need, because that's a part of the dual double header between Miami and the Jets as well.
I'm not going to be able to wait. I might cash out.
If I were you, I would definitely, if it gets to that point, I know it'll get to that point. So Eric in the chat going, Ty saying, yeah, Dart and Scattaboo in their bro culture. You know, I mean, that's how it starts, though. Look, I mean, you guys, I think, have gotten to know me at least a little bit well enough. So, I mean, Alex, of course, on game day, you know, repping his Detroit Lions.
My Myers shirt, $7.99, baby.
This is the last game of the year for these guys in the White Sox. Game 162 today. We're not sniffing October baseball, which, by the way, congratulations to your team in my division and the Tigers. They clinched the postseason spot yesterday by the skin of their teeth, but they clinched the Hey,
Bro, can you even say that after the whole Tark Scooble and dude getting smacked?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my goodness.
I mean,
what happened? That game alone, it's like,
yeah.
are the baseball gods working against us here? Because Scooble just fell apart in that game after that. Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I mean, he hasn't been as strong the last few starts, but I mean, Tarek Scooble is still Tarek Scooble. He's still one of the best pitchers in the game. But anyways, so
Thank you, but I don't think they're going to win World Series. They might. And maybe they'll prove me wrong, but
I mean, you're 0-0, right?
yeah.
When the playoffs start, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, we can get ourselves a baseball series here in the break room at some point. I know it's few and far between, but I know that from what I've been told, I've not seen one myself, but I've been told that we get some from time to time. So actually, just because I'm feeling spoiled, I'm in a good mood. You know, this is like a little Christmas morning action for you guys. Again, if you guys are interested, I'm actually a big player props guy.
Okay.
It would have been crazy if I said I was just a big player.
Oh, just a big player.
I'm just.
I thought that's literally
Sorry,
you're
Jazz.
just gonna
Sorry,
end with.
Jazz.
I was gonna say, okay.
Sorry, Jazz. I'm just a big player. Hate to break it to
Just
you.
breaks it out on live TV. Or
She's
on
not gonna
YouTube.
be. She's not gonna text me back. So this is another four-legger. Call me Wendy's. This is a 4 for 4 right here. This is 11-1, Alex.
Okay.
So this is what I do. It's 25, 50, 75, 100. Just yardage throughout from certain guys that I like. Today, you like Tampa Bay to take down Philly. I like Sterling Shepard to get 25 receiving yards. By the way, this is all on DK. For Sterling Shepard, he's actually cleared this line in all 3 games so far this season.
Okay.
Even though Chris Godwin is back, Mike Evans is down, Emeka Egbuka, he was questionable coming into this game. He kind of was dealing with a little nagging lower body injury. So Sterling Shepard, though, has become a favorite target of Baker Mayfield. And if Tampa Bay is in a potential pass-heavy script, because Philly's one of the best in the game at stopping the run, I like that for him. Ladd McConkey, there's been an MIA. He's been on the back of a milk carton despite the Chargers' 3-0 start so far. It's been the Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen show for Justin Herbert. He's been utilizing everybody, but Ladd McConkey, really, he hasn't found the end zone yet. Yeah. I like him to get 50 receiving yards against the Giants. The Giants are bottom 3 in the NFL in terms of passing defense. Really, really like that. Let's go to the 75 thing here, and the Bears and the Raiders out in Las Vegas today. Let's go with the rookie running back, Ashton Genty on the ground.
Okay.
You can get this at plus money for plus 115 on DK, 75 rushing yards for Ashton Genty. He has not hit this line this season, but the Bears on the ground are bottom 10 in run defense. And it should be a positive game script for Las Vegas. He's actually had 17 or more carries in 2 out of 3 games this season. So you just do 75 divided by 17. That's going to be a little less than 4 yards per carry. On a defense you can definitely run on. I really, really like this matchup for Genty today. Even ladder him maybe to 100. He can possibly get himself going, to say the least. And then my final one, plus 115 to round this bad boy out. We got Puka Nacua hitting the 100-yard mark. Amazingly, he's actually done it, Alex, in all 3 games this season. He's averaging 111 yards per game. The Indianapolis Colts, they actually just brought back Mike Hilton, the former Cincinnati Bengals defensive back, basically off the street. They signed him to the practice squad a couple days ago.
Mike Hilton, what a name drop.
Because the Colts starting defensive back is not going to be available today. So that's who's going to be matched up against Puka Nacua. Stafford's going to target him all day. Adams is 50-50 to play today. He is supposed to play, but Devontae was dealing with the hamstring injury at the end of last week. But I still think Puka's easily going to get, 15, about 12 to 15 targets. So, Sterling Shepard, 25, Ladd McConkey, 50, Ashton Genty, 75, Puka Nacua, 100. For me, I put 10 on that to win 115.
I got 10 on it. Okay, not a bad pickup.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But if you like throwing in some money on football, well, this is the place to be.
Speaking of throwing stuff around, this is an online order, but I just kind of nice little throwback. How about Jeff Garcia jersey?
Oh,
Jeff
played for the
Garcia
Lions for a hot minute. You know, known to be more of a 49er.
Yes. Oh, and Cleveland Brown.
Yes.
Amazingly over the this century, honestly, one of their better quarterbacks.
Yep.
Speaking of their best quarterback,
Jeff Garcia, what a name drop.
their best quarterback of this millennium.
It's
already
probably him
talking about
that bought that. It's probably him that purchased that too.
Jeff Garcia
Yes.
bought a Jeff Garcia jersey.
Yeah.
Jeff Garcia loves Jeff Garcia more than anyone else loves Jeff Garcia. Ty saying, have you guys seen that thing where Baker Mayfield dresses up like a super fan and takes a tour with the other fans? I have not seen it, but I know that it's like a common thing, especially in football and other sports too. You know, they try to blend in with fan interaction, but I feel like football, that's like the most popular to get that going on game day. I feel like there was somebody not too long ago, Alex, where maybe it was Gronk or somebody that's in the media now, but that would do that pretty often.
Yeah.
Undercover disguise and, you know.
Yep.
Baker's in a lot of stuff, though. Baker's been a commercial maniac ever since he got drafted.
I
So,
know.
one of the most popular players in the league.
I know. I saw CeeDee Lamb on a commercial recently. I like CeeDee Lamb as a receiver, but Bud, man, we got to get you saying some more stuff in the commercials. All he's like is Old Spice got shampoo, and then just walks out. That's the end of the commercial. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Was supposed to be a Prime series, but I think it didn't get picked up. Have you guys seen that the thing where Baker Mayfield dresses up like a super fan and takes a tour with the other super fans? I have, dude. He's got the bandana on. Yeah, it doesn't even look like Baker Mayfield. The makeup is so good. You got to check that out, Rob.
One thing that I hope we could check out soon, shout out to Lance Abbott, dropping that double box break in the game day series down to 2. So
2 freaking spots in the double, too. So then we'll be down to 3 boxes left
Yep.
total.
And I'm not going to guarantee what we do or don't have coming up in the series because I don't want to jump the gun on anything, but obviously there will be a new series dropping at some point once that game day series is moved on from.
Yep.
So
Here's that double down to 2 spots. I'll drop. No need to look at the graphic because both headliners that are left are not pictured. But those headliners include Nico Collins, who you mentioned today, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, another young receiver this year that's really stood out. I feel like he has led the league for the last week or two in yards, I believe.
JSN.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 spots to go. You little rascals, let's get it done.
Man, I was watching JSN. I actually saw a JSN clip on Twitter. I like to get a lot of my content on Twitter. It's not made for everybody. But it was what game was it? It was when he was at Ohio State. CJ Stroud was his quarterback. I think he caught like 13 passes for like 340 yards. Or
Oh, wow.
It was something just disgusting. And somehow he fell to the end of the first round
That's crazy.
after a performance like that. So pretty good wide receiver.
Pretty good.
Pretty
I'd
good
say.
catcher of the foosball.
My mama say I ain't playing no foosball. Well,
Dude,
that boy's playing foosball today.
my mama said,
My mama said,
they gotta have that high quality H2O.
Mr. Coach Klein, Mr. Coach Klein will be up here in the Speed Flex series right here buying some of these Speed Flexes. Look at this. This is my favorite series. I'm going to show this off all day. You got Bo Nix here on the Speed Flex with the Broncos, man. That thing, his name's got a lot of value to it as well. Being a quarterback, being a young starter, proving himself as a rookie. Yeah, he's kind of had his ups and downs this year, but we know it's a long season. So as long as he can stay healthy, look for big things from that guy.
Oh yeah.
The triple sign Robinson, London, and Pitts, that thing's all you need there is freaking Penix, right? But everyone else, the rest of the crew, they're there. Robinson, London, Pitts on that triple sign. Falcons, rave, voila. I saw the Amon-Ra come out the other night. One of the best Amon-Ra lids I've seen come out of the same series. TJ Watt is there. Bo Nix, as I mentioned. Robinson, London, and Pitts triple sign. Tom Brady, New England. Tom Brady's in the house, baby. He's here. This guy right there. That classic New England Patriots lid. If he was playing today for them, I'd probably pick them over who are they playing? Carolina, but I picked Carolina over New England.
He might pop out of the Fox broadcasting booth. You know,
He's like, I'm tired of this ish. I'm getting out there. Coming out of retirement, that'll really stir things up in the front office of Las Vegas.
Yeah. I actually kind of want to ask you like a quick thing here, even though I think it might, because I haven't gotten your opinion on this before, because I told you a little while ago that I think Patrick Mahomes, who, by the way, is in that Flex series, mind you, the one that you were talking about earlier, the one of four ever made for that Patrick Mahomes specific speed flex. But when you're talking about a player's like legacy in the game, do you prefer talking about their prime at their best and having like, okay, this player at their best I value more, or do you value longevity?
Well, I would say consistency is what I would look for, and how can like longevity is then taken into consideration with that, right? But I think consistency is definitely key, right? Like even in those losing seasons for a quarterback, I would still expect a quarterback to do their job, right? So like, Caleb Williams is a good example of that. Last year, if you look at his numbers, they're not vastly different from Jaden Daniels, but he didn't have the puzzle pieces around him, so it's hard to hold him at fault. But yeah, I mean, look at you mentioned Patrick Mahomes. That's why I say it's hard to argue his case, because longevity, consistently, he's always performed where he's supposed to perform at the top tier, right? So in like, you know who else that will never be talked about in the top even probably 10 quarterbacks of all time, because he's only won one Super Bowl and never won an MVP, is Matt Stafford. And like he's never going to be in that discussion. But here's what's a crazy stat line to consider about Matt Stafford. And I always bring this up, Rob, and I'll probably say it again while we're on air together, but it is what it is. The two receivers with the most receiving yards in a season, Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson, do you know what they have in common? Matt Stafford was their quarterback the years they did that. So then the year he leaves Detroit, not 2 years later, not 5 years later, not 3, the year he leaves Detroit, he wins the Super Bowl, right? Like, and if you look at consistently how he's played throughout his career, and they called him Pat Stafford for a reason in Detroit, because he was always performing well, right? But he's never going to be in that discussion, and there's reasons for that, but I just, to me, dude, he's probably because I got to watch him play so much more than everybody else, but like he's one of the greats, dude. Matt Stafford is a football legend. Don't get that twisted. So,
and the thing about, you talk about having like longevity, Matthew Stafford, I think has shocked everybody in terms of dipping into the fountain of youth, because when he got traded, obviously, for your guy Jared Goff, and what we can look back now, which is crazy to believe, because that trade is now entering, I think it's or fourth or fifth season since that trade occurred. It's one of the more recent win-win trades in NFL history. The Lions have had the top offense in the league the last 3 seasons under Jared Goff, and then obviously Stafford, his first year in LA, ends up winning that Super Bowl over Joe Bengal. Yeah, Joe Bengal makes sense.
Joe Bengal.
Joe Bengal.
He's
Joe Burrow.
Change his name to that.
Yeah, he might as well. I'm sure they call him that all the time in Cincy, but over the Cincinnati Bengals in that Super Bowl. But I'm glad you brought up Matt Stafford, because something that's not talked about him enough. Sorry, I was just kind of thrown off by our most recent order, because we have a quad box break.
What?
Bought into by a first timer, Ryan Fisher.
He ain't playing around.
He's not playing around, using the
speed flex.
Yeah, using the new guy. That's how you use a new guy 15% off promo code.
You don't play around. Yeah.
Round of applause for Ryan Fisher, man. Shout out to
Ryan Fish. What up, Fish?
Way to go, Fish. If you are tuning in here on the stream, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, your mother's basement, doesn't matter where it's from.
Your mother.
your
mother's basement.
Your mama's. Mom, where's the meatloaf? Where's the meatloaf, Mom?
What is she doing?
Where's the Ultimate Autograph stream, Ma?
I never know what she's doing back there.
I got a funeral to go to later.
This is my type of show, man. Nothing but movie quotes and football, baby.
Heck yeah. Have you seen the Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson commercials for, I think it's either Uber Eats or Buffalo Wild Wings?
I have not. Oh.
So they're sitting on the couch and they're like recreating like a Wedding Crasher scene. Yeah, they're recreating that Wedding Crasher scene. And Vince Vaughn looks at Owen Wilson and he's like, have you tried pancakes with guacamole? It's great. It's great. And then he like runs back to the kitchen and it's funny.
That's funny.
Anyways, shout out to Ryan Fisher, man. This is how you use yourself a promo code, to say the least. So I'm going to make my point about Stafford really quick. because that really just threw me off. That's awesome, man. Congrats to you, Ryan. Hopefully we can get some movement in that quad box. But let me ask you this about Matthew Stafford, because I do agree he's vehemently underrated.
In no way, before you make your point, am I saying that Matt Stafford is like the greatest quarterback of all time? I'm just saying he should be in the discussion for being in the top 10, 15 quarterbacks of all time, and he never will be, for various reasons.
What if I told you that I could actually give you a certain statistic that could help his case with that?
Okay, let's hear it.
So I use this a lot because I've stumped everybody that I've come across, and rightfully so. So quarterback passer rating, you take it however you want to, big sample size, small sample size, whatever. I like to use it because, for example, a lot of people like to deflect on Patrick Mahomes, be like, he hasn't been the same guy the last couple regular seasons. Well, guess what? The last three seasons, he's won 2 Super Bowls, lost in 1, has 18 touchdowns with 3 picks in the last 3 playoffs. So go ahead and kick rocks.
That's why it's so hard to say he's not the greatest, right?
He has the second best playoff passer rating of all time, Patrick Mahomes. He's actually behind Baker Mayfield. In his 3 career playoff starts, Baker has the best playoff passer rating of all time. Your boy Matthew Stafford, Alex, is number 5.
Whoa.
Matt Stafford is behind only Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Bart Starr, Kurt Warner, my guy KW, and there's Matt Stafford, a career 102.3. Anytime that you're over 100, guys, you are in very good company. That's a borderline elite company. And guess who's behind him? Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, all MVPs of the league.
See, I think that goes to show everybody at home that us here at the UA break room, we all know what we're talking about, right?
Context is king. I'm king of context, as I am going to start to be known by these parts. So, yeah, Matt Stafford, man, it's just a shame because when you go back to his Lions career, he got drafted in 2008, I believe. Where are you, man?
Yeah, you're right. It was
2009. 2009, he got drafted.
Yeah, because the 0-16 season was 2008.
Yeah, shout out to Dan Orlovsky.
Dan the man.
Yep, Dan the end zone man.
Yeah, Dan the goalpost man.
Yeah. He only made 3 playoff starts for Detroit. Lost every single one of them. Was it his fault? Not necessarily.
There's one Cowboys one that I think it was the powers that be fault, man. That was one Cowboys loss. That was just like, what?
But I mean, as soon as he got to LA, obviously during that Super Bowl run, he was phenomenal. But over his last 2 postseasons at age 35 and 36, Alex, despite him having a 1-2 record, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's averaging the longest depth of target per completion. So he's launching that thing over almost 10 yards per completion and a passer rating over the last 2 seasons of 115 in those 3 playoff starts. So say that with what you will. I mean, I don't know. I would say that Matthew Stafford's peak is actually in a Rams uniform compared to a Lions uniform. That's just because he's got better pieces around him.
I do not disagree with you. Somebody else, they also made a good point in the chat. How many injuries has he played through as well?
Yep.
There was one season in Detroit he played with like broken bones in his back, bro. And like, he's just a G.
What was the reception that he got on his homecoming return to?
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure he's one of the few guys. He got booed. Actually, now that I think about it, he did get booed.
I think that was more because of
they were playing him in the playoffs though, and
that's right.
If I'm not mistaken, and then they played him last year at home, and I think they booed him again, but. Him and Calvin, because they're boys, man. They linked up when they were there, and there was like a clip of them like, dapping up or whatever, and the crowd just booed him. Detroit fans, bro. I was there for the Ben Johnson game a couple weeks ago. They are just ruthless, man. It doesn't matter. Look, Malice in the Palace is a real thing for a reason, right? So it doesn't matter who is coming to town.
I like that comp.
If they don't like you, they're gonna let you know. And if you left them for whatever reason, they're gonna let you know. They're also really some of the hardest on themselves, I think, in terms of so is Chicago. But when Detroit lost that home opener, I was listening to local stations there, and it's like you would have thought, not the home opener, but the season opener, you would have thought that they, were gonna tank the rest of the year. So but they've shown out these last 2 weeks, dude. The Ravens win was absolutely a statement piece, I thought, dude, because I was going into that week like, oh no, but I think every Lions fan was, but They showed out.
Until you realize that their other defense is they got a bunch of broken birds in that nest on the defense right now. So
Yeah.
ever since oh my goodness, who did they lose? Chad, if you don't mind helping me out, their defensive coordinator. Oh my goodness,
The Lions or
Baltimore.
oh,
Baltimore, because they're actually dead last in rushing defense right now in the NFL. So
that's terrific.
yeah, I know it was a large part because of you guys. I mean, Sonic and Knuckles, baby. No offense to David Montgomery, but when you let David Montgomery, who is your guys' number 2 running back, clearly run for what was it for like 125 yards or something? Yeah. I Bears fans are regretting it, man, because I've been hearing a lot from Bears fans. It's like, DeAndre Swift is cool, but he's not a 3-down workload back. And that's not on him. It's just who he is. If you had a DeAndre Swift and a David Montgomery, you got a nice elusive pass catcher, and then you got a low ground and pound type of guy like Monty is that can just go between the tackles and go up the middle.
You say that,
That would be
funny. Is the Lions got rid of Swift to make room for David Montgomery.
Exactly. Funny.
And then they ended up drafting Gibbs right then thereafter.
Funny how that pans out.
Man, that's crazy you made that connection, though. Because the Bears with both of those guys would be insane. They arguably could be just as... D. Swift, I mean, if you watched Hard Knocks a couple years ago when the Lions were there, DeAndre Swift, Deuce Staley was saying that DeAndre Swift could be one of the best backs in the league.
Deuce Staley.
Dude, Deuce Staley was the running backs coach in Detroit at that time.
Former Saint, right? Deuce Staley.
He might have played for the Saints, but I remember him more as an Eagle than anything.
Yeah, Deuce Staley. Yeah, you're right. Really quick, guys, for Ty in the chat, just addressing, because I know you guys have been. Dude, this has been an active chat this morning. I got a bunch of chatty Cathy's up in here.
Sweet rookie card.
He said that, yeah, Stafford and Romo are the same. They are warriors. Romo played through so much. 100%.
That's a good comp.
There's a reason why Tony Romo. I mean, look, you play for the America's team. I always want to say nations. America's team in the Dallas Cowboys.
Nations team. You can say that.
Yeah, fair enough. But there's a certain level of like expectations once you have the star on the side of your helmet being a Cowboy. Shout out to Jerry Jones for creating that. But Romo was very, very underrated. Very good quarterback. His defenses were not very good. He played with a lot of bottom 10 defenses. But yeah, I could see the comparison. I think Stafford, is a tier above Romo in my opinion. But the whole playing through injuries comparison, Ty, I agree with you 100%. Both of those guys were dogs, as Alex likes to say.
Dog. You ever seen that clip? Speaking of funny online clips, I just watched one of David Montgomery. We were just talking. Since we're on the topic, with the St. Brown brother, St. Brown brothers, Equinius. What's the brother's name? Equinemius. Yep. And Amon-Ra.
It's a fun one to say.
On their podcast, and Demo was like talking about how everybody classifies him as a power back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not really, just your typical power back, blah 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 blah." And Equinius or whatever his name, Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb, St. Brown. They might, I don't know if Amon-Ra and Equinemius have kids, but if they both have, like, their first son should be named Phineas and Ferb.
I hope. No, respect to both y'all, but I can't remember the. Amon-Ra's obviously had such the more of a recognizable NFL career, right? So, but his brother is he still for the Bears, or is he playing at San Fran?
I think I can't tell you.
He had a stint.
I know he's not with the Bears, but I think San Fran might make sense. Real quick, we got looks like we got some fresh blood into the chat here. Doug Fonner. I'm looking to see how this works before I make my first purchase. I'm a huge NFL and Steelers fan. All right, well, Doug, you came to the right place, my man. So Alex and I are we're gonna be your roadmaps through this.
Dude, and it's funny. I have the diamonds up at the moment, Doug. Doug, if you really want to see how things happen, we just did a jersey break to kick off the show. Hopefully we do this game day double here soon, which is down to 2 spots. No Steelers that I know of in the game day double. However, there are 5 boxes left there. 2 headliners are Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba. But there could be a Steeler or 2 lying around there. But the diamonds at the moment, bro, you got the triple sign, Troy Polamalu, or dual sign, Troy Polamalu and TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Speed flex there with that gold visor. That thing is nasty. It is there in the diamonds. The diamonds is also, Doug, we always talk about here in the break room, one of your best value series. It's about $100 a spot, roughly. $206 for a double box break, but the single is $103. And there's a high possibility you win the headliner, including that Troy Polamalu, TJ Watt. The Diamonds have 11 headliners out of 24 boxes, but my man, if you really want a big bang for your buck, there's a Speed Flex coming out of this box no matter what. So if you get it on the Speed Flex series, which is a little bit heavier in price, however, it's a heavier box and it's a heavier prize. Okay, so it's about 200 and some odd dollars for a Speed Flex single spot. However, you have a opportunity to win a Patrick Mahomes 1 in 4. TJ Watt is there on that custom chrome Speed Flex. Bo Nix on this awesome highlighter Broncos custom Speed Flex. We have the triple sign Robinson, London, Pitts, Speed Flex, and the Falcons. My point is, in this particular series, my man, for $220, that's a fraction of the cost for any Speed Flex helmet because a Rydell Authentic Speed Flex is upwards of $1,000. You throw these athletes' name onto it, plus the customization and the NFL logos on there, dude. You're talking, several thousands of dollars. Tom Brady is also there, and we know from experience, Rob, I would venture to guess, and this is a safe estimate, to put his autograph on a Speed Flex over $3,000 in value. Same thing with your boy Patty Mahomes. But, dude, the other night, Rob, on a sportsmemorabilia.com, whatever it was, we found a ripped Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex that is not a 1 in 4. It was just a ripped custom Speed Flex for over $7,000. So Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, those names have a lot of value to it, brother. But if you really want to go back and see how things work and you don't want to wait, Doug, when did we do that jersey break? It couldn't have been longer than an hour into the show, 45 minutes?
40 minutes on the dot.
40 minutes on the dot. So at 9:40 Central Standard Time, we did that jersey break. That's a good representation of how we kind of operate here in the old break room, as they say. We got 14 pairs of eyes, 14 times 2, unless you have some sort of visual limitation. That's 28 pairs of eyes. That should be working in 20 some pairs of hands, unless, again, you have some sort of limitation and maybe you're just working
I
with one hand.
actually drank out of a puddle last week, and now I have 3 eyes.
No,
so.
well, there you go. Then that's a whole different story. I got a third eye too, but we won't talk about that.
Is it blind? Third eye blind, baby. Really?
I so badly have a follow-up, but I'm not going to say it. Oh, and it's one word.
As long as you have a semi-charm kind of life over there, that's all that matters.
Woo, that was-
So, really quick, Doug, by the way, it's funny that he chimes in. He's like, hey, I'm a big Steelers fan. And who did you just show off in the Diamond Series?
Yep.
That's on one Steelers lid.
Blech, this guy.
TJ Watt, Troy Polamalu. Well, TJ Watt's certainly living up to his depoy status. A interception for the edge rusher in TJ Watt. Carson Wentz with his second pick of the day. 14-6 Pittsburgh, third quarter's winding down. Steelers driving once again.
Those helmets look amazing, dude. Wait till you see some of these customs come out on camera, bro. But wait till they show up to your door. So I'm going to show you a video of the Patrick Mahomes just so you can get a better feel for it. The fact that it is a 1 in 4. On the back there, dude, you see that little... Oh, I skipped it. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Good job, Alex. You're screwing things up. 1 in 4 right here. That's not the date. That's 1 of 4 helmets made, and this is the first one. Shit, we probably got all 4 of them, dude. Look at this thing with the visor. Come on. Steelers are up down there to Ireland. They're winning. Do you think there's more Steelers fans there? Or who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Or more Vikings fans?
After seeing that pick,
The Nordic Vikings.
after seeing the crowd shot after that Watt interception, this almost looks like a Steelers home game.
They
To
don't
be
even
honest
care.
with
They
you,
just want to see football. They're probably wasted.
dude, there are just Guinness is being thrown out
They're
into the field.
fighting. They're going to have a Green Street Hooligans for Vikings and Steelers next. You ever seen that movie?
No,
Green Street Hooligans?
I've not seen
bro,
it.
man, come on.
I have not.
It's all about the little gangs that each of the European soccer teams have, especially in England.
You know, since we're on the topic, I don't think I'll ever have an opportunity to be able to mention this story again. So
You got no fight
do
at
you
a
have any?
soccer stadium?
Yes. How did you know? Do you know that? Do you have any famous relatives by chance, or anybody that you
funny.
consider?
It's funny you say that. I don't know her, and I can't confirm that we're actually related, but Neatling is my last name. Not that common of a last name. There is a plethora of Neatlings, though, in like Washington and Oregon State, one of which is Marissa Neatling, who was on the show The Last Ship. Same spelling and everything. I've never met her, and she does favor my dad's side of the family.
Marissa,
So,
if you're tuning in, let's get a
let's get a DNA test.
let's get a
and we'll
DNA
confirm
test.
this.
You know, hashtag ancestry.com.
23andMe, I'll do what I have to do.
Real quick, so the point I was trying to make about that. So, I'm 100% Irish. Got nothing but Irish blood coursing through my veins, and
Irish.
This is kind of where the story stops being positive. But I have a great uncle. His name's Vincent Mad Dog Cole. He was actually a rival Irish mobster member against Al Capone in the Chicagoland area in the 20s and 30s. Yeah.
I knew you looked familiar.
So yeah. I was gonna say you see me on the face of the the Sun Times, and the Tribune.
FBI's most wanted.
Yeah, no. So he actually was, and unfortunately, he was. He entered a telephone booth, and you could probably guess what ended up happening there, and just. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Straight through. So,
Too soon?
Yeah. No, gone. I think 23, 24. So,
Oh, dang.
But he immigrated. He was actually, him and that side of my family were actually, from my mother's side, was actually the first generation to immigrate over from Ireland. So they were coming over there from religious prejudice, much like a lot of immigrants were at the turn of the 19th century here to America. So, so pretty cool fact there. Not very fun.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Rob Hill, a descendant of a Chicago gangster.
Don't mess with me in the break room, man.
Don't mess with him. How do you think we get our inventory? Psych. Rob Hill here, man.
Bootlegging the inventory.
We got trucks coming in from Jersey, all right? Coming in from Dublin.
You got like the town.
Flying in O'Hare, okay?
The town's Boston. I like.
But, dude, the Speed Flex, that's where I'd be if I were you. Doug.
Or if Doug wants to see a potential new series come out, we got 2 spots left in the game day series. Double box break. Double up on that opportunity.
So whatever you and Patty Mayonnaise are trying to get into, Doug, you let us know, man. Or Skeeter, your boy Skeeter. Hopefully you get that reference. You better, because I'll look like a moron. You know, Doug, the show. Remember that show? It was a classic, dude. This is a classic series, the Speed Flex. We pulled a lot of sick lids on the Nightlight show, Friday night, Saturday morning. The customers, we did 2 quad boxes, 2 or 3, in the After Dark for the Speed Flex. We did pull a Tom Brady in that show. What else did we pull? I think we pulled the Josh Allen. We definitely pulled the Amon Ra. That was one of my favorite lids of the night. But we had a lot of great stuff still there. That Tom Brady New England lid is still there. The Robinson London Pitts triple sign, as well as the Patrick Mahomes 1 and 4. The Bo Nix is also there too. And the TJ Watt from my man Doug and his girl Patty Mayonnaise. But if I were also you, because I have 0 patience, my wife can attest to that, I have 2 boxes left, or 2 spots left on the game day. The game day is 2 spots left. I'll drop a link to that one more again. No, there was a TJ Watt that was already pulled there, buddy, Doug. But, so I know you see him pictured. We don't have any pictured headliners left in the game day. The incentive to the game day at the moment is 1, there's 5 boxes left. 2 of them are headliners, Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba. While not pictured, once we get those 5 boxes out of the room, we will have a new can't miss rep series in the room. 2 spots to go in the game day. But we do have to get a game day or a Speed Flex closed out in the next 20 minutes. I do hope to do that Chase wheel spin at 11 o'clock sharp. All-American, have you seen the video of Matt Stafford, the man put out by Duff Guy? Check it out on YouTube. It is epic. I'll have to check that out. Stafford's an epic guy. You know, in Detroit, he'll always be a legend. Yeah, Stafford's the man, dude. Nathan must always be a big Stafford guy. I still have a Stafford Lions jersey hanging in a closet somewhere. that I'll just never be able to get over. It was sad watching him leave. And at that time, everything was very uncertain for the Lions. It ended up being a fair trade. Hey, LA got to win a Super Bowl. Lions got to have some success in the regular season. And yeah, they got to make some postseason appearances, but we got to make it to the promised land, baby. That Ravens win was outstanding. When you're on YouTube, just type in Matt Stafford, the man. All right, definitely. Matt Stafford will always be the man. And hope I get appropriate videos that pop up, Nathan, and this isn't some setup. See some inappropriate videos of Stafford. I'll never be able to. I like Goff. I like Goff too, Ty. I like Goff too. And there are things I think that Goff can do inside and outside of the pocket, believe it or not, that Stafford couldn't do. But I do wish from time to time, Ty, that Goff could extend plays a little bit more.
We're working in shifts here, ladies and gentlemen. Could you imagine tuning in right now, just nobody sitting in these chairs? Be like, guys, you left the stream up. So, okay, guys, just want to make sure. Let's see here. I was just using the restroom myself. Just wanted to make sure that we had no orders updated. We do not. We are getting ever so close to the 11 o'clock hour here, so we're down to 20 minutes here, Central Time. I like Goff. Setup is cool. I've had a very interactive chat this morning. Westy saying, have you seen the video of Matt Stafford, the man? Put out by Duff Guy. Check it out. It's epic. Westy, I have not seen that myself. But something that I'm hoping to see from you guys here is the little buzzer beater movement here. So we have a lot of spots open and available for you folks. We have 2 spots on the game day. There you go, Ty, right on cue, my man. So we're very close on the game day. 5 spots left available. 2 of those being secondary headliners, the Nico Collins and the Jackson Smith-Njigba. Both available on the secondary headliners as it magically disappears. There it is. JSN, Nico Collins, available there for you guys on the secondary headliners. Still a lot of hay to make all across the board. As Alex popping back into the seat here.
Hey, sorry, we had a little bit of a emergency there. Had to go check the modem or something. Anyway, yeah, man, game day and Speedflex. I'd like to get one of those done so we can get a chase wheel on the day. That'd be cool. What number? We did box number 16. I'm going to take that off the ticker before I forget. Because he's a goner. And then we'll check on that vault, too, in between shows as well. See if that can get up and running. But for the moment, I think we're just going to narrow our focus to that Speedflex and that game day. As soon as we get that game day closed out, well, then we'll get some new things up and running. We got a new cool rep series. We're so close on that game day. So close and so close. I don't know how else to say it. We're so freaking close. Did we close it out? No?
We did not. We got Jeanette popping in.
Jeanette, what up?
In the Speedflex series, the single box.
Jeanette Lee?
Jeanette Lee, yes. What's going on, Jeanette?
Jeanette, hello.
So now we're down to 6 in the single box break for that Flex series, which, guys, overall in value, I know a lot of you that are regular collectors of memorabilia, such as lids. You can't do anything better than the Speedflex when it comes to that, and we got a lot of them. And we still have that Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes available for you guys. That's the creme de la creme. That is the tip top of the mountain for you guys that you want to chase after for that.
This guy here, as well as this guy over here. 2 of the best names in the room that we're going to get.
Yep.
Still here on the Speedflex series. And look, you have the opportunity to get it early before the big dogs come in here. I saw it firsthand Friday night, early Saturday morning. As soon as they saw they were here, they closed 2 quad boxes like nobody's business. So, and they pulled them big headliners and they were like, good night. So, there's not too many left. 9 headliners, 13 boxes. I'm sure there's going to be another cool series. Every series we close out, that includes the game day, that includes the Speedflex. We have a new one to drop. The jerseys have 4 boxes left. There'll definitely be a New Jersey series to get dropped too. So put us to work, y'all. You guys have 15 minutes to close up the game day or the speed flex before Rob and I do the chase wheel. And depending on where we're at, if we're not making any breaks at that moment, we will probably sign off, take a little breather. But I would like to do a game day here so you guys can get some money back in your pocket in the form of UA cash. There's us. There's the page. You know how to get there. Let me show you the link.
Also, a very good point made by Ty as well, talking about the chase wheel spin opportunity that we have. You have the flex in the game day, correct? For the chase wheel spin?
Yep.
So as you were just talking about that, make sure to do that, guys, because if we close that bad boy out in the next 15 minutes, get somebody some free coin. Nothing like some free coin to start off on your Sunday, which, you know, for those of you on the West Coast, you're just getting your day started. 8:46 over there. It's 10:46 Central Time, and it's almost lunchtime out on the East Coast. So
Yep.
that's what Alex and I are going to go do in between the 11 and 12 o'clock show, probably get some food in our bellies. And man, they were just talking about the attendance today in Ireland. First ever NFL game played in Ireland, 74,000 in attendance today.
Oh,
so
the Irish love their football.
that definitely
Was that a good one? Or
Yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, I don't know about it. I'd give it like a 6. I got to work on that. I got to go to Ireland to hear more accents. Speed flex, guys. Somebody did buy into the quad, which was cool. So we had 7 spots left there in the quad. Heck, if we did a quad before the show ended, I'd lose my mind. So I don't know what I would do.
I would hit the quad.
I'd do something weird. You guys have to tune in and find out, but you got to close the quad. It's going to be a quad and something. I'd hit the quad. Is that a dance the kids are doing?
Hit the quan.
Oh, the quan.
Hit the quan.
The
Yeah,
quan,
just say
not
hit
the quad.
Hit the quad.
I'm going to hit the quad.
Yeah, show your daughters a little Vine back.
They probably
in the
know
day.
how to quan.
Little TikTok. Yeah, they might. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have your is that your oldest daughter on the drums? Could have her playing.
Yep.
Could have her playing like the little drum beat of the song in the background, and have the little 2-year-old dancing, hitting the quan.
I'm gonna hit the quan if we hit a quad.
Dude, if you recorded that, and it would go viral probably instantly. If they have the choreography down, that's an instant viral.
You know,
video.
I do have a clip of Common singing that I don't have the cojones to post online, but you know, if he were to ever get on my bad side, let's just say I could drop that at any moment. So a little blackmail video, Common, if you're listening, I got that. We all know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, like my third day.
Rob, I remember you were here for that, bro.
I was gonna say, was that the Taylor Swift night that we were in here for?
Yes, it was the
The
22 night.
Common Swift. Yeah, I was gonna say that was. We
good-
experienced that together.
The good part is we probably won't have any, legal issues to worry about with that because nobody will be able to tell what song that was sung. But any copyright issues, that's what I was looking for. I did want to mention the Refer a Friend program at the moment. The ticker is up there, but we are more focused on just getting your names, your buddies' names in there, your gals' names into this Refer a Friend program. They get $50 off their first order of $100 or more. You also get $50 in UA cash. So hopefully you guys can see that at home. But I do have that little graphic showed up, the Refer a Friend program. They get $50 off their first order once you refer them. If they spend $100, and then you also get $50. So a quick mini purchase to get $50 off that. That'll take care of that. And you get a $50 back too. We'll break the mini here on live TV. Heck, you buy a jersey, a couple jersey spots. They got to spend over $100 though. And they get $50 off their first order, and so do you, or your next order. So take advantage of that, kiddos. Why not? So Rob, any bold predictions for you today? Any weird, outlandish picks that you feel like might happen?
I looked at it, actually. Let me take a look at.
I always ask. That's usually my Sunday question for my host or my co-host. We'll probably mix things up next show, Rob. Right? You'll be on this side, and I'll be over there. Unless you want to keep things the way they are, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in between. We'll see what goes on, my man. But let's see here. So, any outlandish takes? I have a lot of outlandish takes about life. But
Me too.
am I as bold to say that the Saints will upset the Bills? No, it's crazy talk. But lot of people said it was crazy talk for the Browns to beat the Packers last week. So
If you want to win your money back and some, yeah, take them Saints over the Bills today.
Saints over. Yeah, you're telling me. My dog of the day. Let's call it that. My dog pick of the day. Now, what do you consider a dog? Like what does there have to be like a certain number for you? Like, because some people would be like, oh, that's not even a dog, it's a pick 'em. You know, it'll be like a 1-point spread.
I would in the NFL, do I consider anybody that's just not the favorite a dog? You know, and like the NFL is so crazy that like if you see even a field goal or less, I feel like all right, that's a toss up, right? But
For sure.
in the NFL, even the Bills know they're not promised to win today. So
You know, that's why they play the game, right?
Yep.
So any given Sunday.
That's why
But
they say it.
You know what? I'm gonna write out the hot streak of their September. I don't think they're just a sweet September story. I'm going to the city of Angels, going to LA.
okay,
Indianapolis Colts are gonna take on the LA Rams.
okay,
Mostly because I need my Cardinals to have another team in the division that's also 2-2. But the Colts, man, I think are legit in the sense that I think they're a legitimate playoff contender. Daniel Jones, or as he is now known as Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
A lot of talk is about him, and rightfully so. The guy's been spectacular, but I believe in Shane Steichen a lot. Shane Steichen is a great offensive mind. He finally looks like he has a quarterback that's able to run his offense the way that he has. Daniel Jones finally has an offensive line to block around him for the first time in his career. Jonathan Taylor, who we've talked about quite a lot. He actually just won in our recent game day series. He's one of the top rushers in the NFL, just came off a 3-touchdown performance last week. Their defense is also top 10 as well in points allowed, yards allowed. Two very good defenses in LA and Indy going head to head. But I just think that the Colts right now are the deeper and healthier team. And I want to see if they can ride out this hot streak, because if the Colts, Alex, go to 4-0, and what if Houston somehow gets upset by Tennessee today? Somebody in that AFC South at the end of the day is going to be 0-4. We have a chance that Indy could be 4-0 and the Texans can be 0-4. Who would have thought that a month ago? Into the season. So shout out Indiana Jones, shout out Harrison Ford, shout out the Colts. And I know you had them too in your. So yeah, that's my
old Indiana Colters. Yep, I'm picking them. Dude, they're hot, man. They haven't lost a game yet. Alec Pierce, who's an alumni of the elementary school that I work at. Shout out Alec Pierce. What up? Did I tell you that? He used to attend.
Yeah, you did.
So he's a former Glen Ellen native. Pretty cool. 2 spots to go in the freaking game day. Let's do it. And then we do a chase wheel spin in the next 7 minutes.
Let's do it.
Who's going to be the baller of this show? Who's going to close this game day out? Stop screwing around and do it.
Get tapping your Shia LaBeouf. Just
quit screwing around.
Do it.
Just do it.
I mean, the baller of the show.
I'm gonna start wearing Nike shirts that say that. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Tap into your Shia LaBeouf. Get your Optimus
Don't
Prime
even think
on.
about what the wife's gonna say. Just do it. You know.
Definitely the baller of the show today has got to be Ryan Fisher, man. Talk about making yourself an entrance into the break room. I mean, that's like a Kool-Aid Man level entrance there. Like, oh yeah, just like breaking down the fourth wall, getting yourself into the quad box.
Man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. $800 break spot. So just to explain to you guys a little bit on what that quad box is going to entail, that's a part of our Flex series that we have right now, or the Speed Flex series, I should say. So I'm going to have to check the ratios. They should be updated and good to go. You have a 9 in 13 chance, Ryan, once those 7 other spots are eventually filled out. You have a 9 in 13 chance of landing yourself a headliner, which could be Tom Brady on the New England Patriots, the Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs 1 in 4 specialized custom Speed Flex, TJ Watt, Bo Nix, or the triple sign Robinson, London, and Pitts Falcons. Later, when they also have 4 secondary headliners as well.
You heard the man. You heard Rob Hill.
And you get obviously quad box, quad meaning 4, of course. So that means 4 boxes would open in that specific series. And Ryan, since this is your first time, my man, if you are tuning in to Alex and myself, that doesn't mean that your spot magically disappears by the end of the show. Your name is going to be in that spot until the quad box is broken. Or in some situations, in some rare cases, if that series looks like it's starting to whittle down in the single box or the double box break, we could break yourself into 4 single break spots or 2 double spots. So we'll see how that goes over time.
And Doug, you're kind of contemplating things earlier. First of all, I'm going to give your wife a round of applause because I do appreciate that mentality, especially in terms of the break room. You got to just do it. We're going to take care of you here, Doug. If there's something that really tickles your fancy or is on your eye, you got your eye on, take advantage of it. If you're worried about this being some sort of a, like there's a catch or something, there isn't, man. We have some of the best customer service in the game, probably the best. We have witnessed or been a part of refunding things that the customers weren't happy with. So we take care of you guys. This is a customer first break room. If there's something you have your interest in though, bro, especially a Steelers item, take advantage of it now because you're going to watch it come across this table at some point or another if you don't. So the game day, dude, if you're looking for something to happen now or soon, get the next 2 spots in the game day. It'll happen. Then you have 2 spots in an 8-spot break, thus doubling your chances at potentially winning something, 2 boxes even. So since it's a double break. But Doug, if your wife's cool with it, I'm going to give her one more round of applause. And you, my friend, are going to get yourself into a break tonight. Okay? No more questions asked. Done. It's done. We've decided for you. We're going to be that little voice on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That little carrot, that icon, that character.
But we're actually both going to be, it's not going to be like an angel and devil type situation. It's going to be 2 angels on 2 shoulders.
So the $29 mystery box is going to be a spot in the jersey. And as Rob kind of mentioned before, Doug, we have 3 minutes before Rob and I potentially do a chase wheel spin if we get the game day. Here, I show you. So at the beginning of the show, we decide if we're going to, what's going to be kind of an incentive for the customers. If you guys get into a break and we close it out, then at the end of the show, we chase wheel, as we say, for UA cash. So $100 is the grand prize. If you land on $100, if your name's selected, we would get there, but we're probably not going to get there for the show. If we did, that'd be great. The $29 box spot, though, is for the jerseys. And Rob Hill just hinted at this would carry over. So if you buy a spot into the jerseys, you get a spot at potentially winning the Jerome Bettis. We just pulled the Brian Robinson Jr. jersey at the beginning of the show. There's only 4 boxes left in those jerseys. One of them is the Jerome Bettis. So 1 in 4 chance you win that. $29 will get you a spot in the jerseys. So when we do the break, you would be one of 8 people, 7 other people in that break. Unless you bought multiple spots, then you would have those other spots. Then once we break open the box, whatever comes out, if it matches up with our divisions, like here, I'll take it off the randomizer so you can see. Eric Linnell was our last winner. He had the NFC East. We pulled the Brian Robinson Jr. jersey. He wins that by default since he had the NFC East. In fact, he had both headliner. AFC North was the Jerome Bettis and the AFC East was the Brian Robinson Jr. So he had luck of the draw there with both headliner spots. If you bought the $230 spot, I'm assuming you mean the game day, which is kind of our chase at the moment. That would get you a spot in the double box break. That's this one here. So the jersey is 1 box that's coming out, but the cool thing about the double is there's 2 boxes we're breaking. So a lot of, Common, our main host, kind of our boss of sorts.
A ritual of ceremonies.
He always says that the double
Our host of ceremonies
is the break to get into, the double box break. Double the chances at winning something. And yes, it may be a little bit more costly, but because of that, you have more of an opportunity of winning. But we're down to about a minute, guys. It doesn't look like, unfortunately, we're going to make that cut for the game day or the speed flex. But hey, man, we're down to 2 spots. I'm feeling a little generous. I'm going to give them until 11:05, Rob, if that's cool. We'll extend it till 11:05 to get one of those closed out.
Cool with me, my man.
Especially since we got 2 spots to go in that game day.
Yeah, so that in the game day, and then going across the board here, I know you did a great job, Alex, of letting us know what is in stock for the folks at home. So the next closest thing in that is the single box break for that Speedflex helmet series. So Doug, if you are curious in the 230 spot for the game day, you could also be curious. I think it's 235, I believe, for the spot in the single box break in the Speedflex series. And again, I'm a big ratios guy. I'm not very good at math, but I am good at doing Ultimate Autographs break room math. 9 and 13 chance of lending yourself a headliner that I alluded to earlier. The Brady, Mahomes, Watt, Knicks, and the tri-signed Atlanta Falcons lid featuring Bijan Robinson, Detective Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. And then we also have 4 secondary headliners as well. We have Andre 3000 and Andre Johnson, Michael Irvin, Myles Garrett, and Scary Terry McLaurin. You're going to have a scary good time, Doug. Get yourself into that flex series. And, there's such a new thing also, Alex, as beginner's luck. That doesn't just apply in life. That applies in the break room as well.
Saw it happen Friday night. Somebody, new person sniped, I can't remember what they won, but they sniped a headliner. It happens, man. We say beginner's luck, starter's magic, closer magic. This room, bro, I feel like this room is full of football god magic. Every time I'm here, St. Brown is pulled, just because I feel like that's just the powers that be working. I said Friday night, Saturday morning, I wanted to see the St. Brown and the Speed Flex come out. It happened. So, hey, man, Doug, I am a firm believer after working in the break room and speaking it into existence. Dude, I've seen it. Like Chandler Dunning, the example I gave earlier. Guy comes in, he's like, I'm going to win the Peyton Manning, and if I do, Alex is going to go home with the St. Brown. And that literally happened. So you never know what is possible in this break room. 4 more minutes, guys. I extended it 5 minutes to close up this game day so we can get you guys a chase wheel. Otherwise, I have a feeling, Rob, that's going to be a pre-fill for the 12 p.m. show. But while we're kind of wrapping things up, any last thoughts from you, my man?
No, man. In the great words of Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
I'm not going to scream it as loud as he did. But
Common always uses that line.
yeah, anything is possible. I mean, it is true. It is true. I mean, even, in a situation like Ryan is in, like the quad box, I've heard some great wise tales. I haven't seen it myself. I've seen many double ups in the and some double box breaks, but you could possibly get yourself 4 items in a quad box that what Ryan Fisher bought himself into. So that's kind of going to be my final thought, man. Obviously, Brian Robinson jersey. That itself was cool, but the fact that Ty and Eric were able to work themselves out a trade, which is very nice. I don't get to see that often, which is really, really cool. So cool sportsmanship all around. Obviously, the chat was, out of all the 9 a.m. shows I've done on the weekends, this has by far been the most interactive chat. So shout out to you guys for being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, joining Alex and I, making our Sunday mornings that much more enjoyable. Yes, but I'm looking to turn the page, my man, and get things started at noon when we got kickoff. Kickoff noon football for week 4.
Sunday. It is kickoff Sunday, as it is here in the break room every Sunday. But it just so happens it is football season. There's not a better time to buy spots into a break than football season. I can just smell it in the air.
Never.
Perfect time for kind of a summarizing page rundown. We'll see where we're at 11:05. That's our cutoff for the show, but we will take a little breather and be back at 12, both Rob and I. And then the 2 of us are here for the 3 p.m. show too. So we are 7. Let me refresh.
You're here for the 3 p.m. today too?
Yeah, are you?
Oh heck yeah,
dude,
man!
all day.
Oh my God, look at this. You're not gonna want to. You're not gonna want to see me after today.
Yep, that's the talk of the town right now. Rob and Alex together on Sundays. $102 for a double box break in the practice squad. That's sitting at 7 spots remaining. You still have T.J. Watt, Michael Irvin, Devontae Adams, Brian Smith, Bruce Smith, James Harrison on a speed flex, and Fred Taylor on a speed flex, as well as Tiki Barber and Mike Singletary in the practice squad. The speed flex, I've been saying it all morning, and I'll continue to say it all day. This is the break to be in. You still have Tom Brady on the New England Patriots lid, Patrick Mahomes 1 and 4 speed flex, T.J. Watt custom chrome speed flex, Bo Nix, and the triple sign Robinson London Pitts helmet are also there, as well as Andre Johnson, Michael Irvin, Myles Garrett, who's going to be a playmaker today, and Terry McLaurin in the Speedflex series. Those last series of names that I mentioned are non-pictured headliners. Get after that Speedflex. I'd say that my pick of the day is Fish, getting into the quad break, making it 7 spots to go. Just shout out, what was his first name? The new guy, Fish. Ryan Fisher, my man. 8 spots to go in the double break for the Speedflex. 8 spots to go in the double for the Diamonds. I think at the moment, too, Diamonds is one of my favorite breaks that we could dabble in as well. Josh Allen, Speedflex still there. Saquon Barkley. The Lion King, Barry Sanders lid is still there. George Kittle, Lawrence T, and Justin Jefferson, as well as the dual sign Troy Polamalu and TJ Watt, Speed Flex, DeMarcus Ware, Josh Jacobs, Earl Campbell, and we might have a mooning on our hands. Warren Moon are also available in the diamonds. The jersey has four boxes left. Jerome Bettis, of course, is the only remaining headliner. If I were you guys this game day, I want to get that closed out before the next 12 p.m. show because we'll do a pre-fill, two spots remaining. No pictured headliners. I won't even show you the graphic, but there are Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba lying around in those 5 boxes.
Oh, yes, there is.
The practice squad, the diamond, and the speed flex are kind of my focus for the day, but of course that game day as well, so we can get you guys that new rep series in the room. I do want to thank you to those of you at home that closed out the jersey break that we started off with. We did not get a game day or a speed flex closeout, so we're not going to unfortunately have a chase wheel spin. Ryan Fisher, thank you for buying that quad spot. So hopefully sometime today we'll do that quad breaks for you and get you a speed flex, my man. Thank you to the UA community and families at home. We'll see you right back here for the 12 p.m. with myself and Rob Hill.